how do I build an M site? Well, an M site is essentially a normal HTML website. It's just made to look a little bit smaller. And what's an app? Well, I mean, you've all, for the number of people that have got iPhones, you don't need to know this. But it's an app that's made specifically for a brand of a mobile. So you would build an iPhone app or an Android app, and it's downloaded and it's run on the device itself. So it's a key difference that the M site is effectively a website that I call up and access in real time, whereas an app is something that may have information that's already been downloaded to my phone. So the differences are that the M site can be built once, and it can be run across multiple types of devices, okay? So extremely cost effective. An app needs to be built specific to the device, and hence can cost a lot more to produce. In some cases, and again, this is something that we've had to look quite intensely at, is how much does it, can I get any sort of economy of scale by saying, I want an app for iPhone and an app for Android? Can I learn or borrow some of the things that I've developed on one and place that into the other? And yes, there are some savings that can be made, but effectively you're having to create two apps. There are some solutions out there. If you're looking for a very simple app that will allow you to create once and publish to both platforms, you're going to have to compromise on some of the functionality that's in there, but they do exist. The M site requires an internet connection. This seems pretty self-explanatory. Whereas the app doesn't necessarily need to have an internet connection if it's already been downloaded to the phone. So for example, when we developed the Sydney Festival app last year, or the Sydney Writers Festival app this year, we had the program intrinsically loaded into the app so that when you downloaded it, you could get that program irrespective of whether you had an internet connection or not. Now, of course, there are certain actions that you might want to perform, like tweet from the app or share from the app or buy tickets in some cases, that will require an internet connection, but you can still get a sort of basic level of information straight away. The other difference is, I guess, that the M site only allows for sort of basic interaction and engagement, because effectively there's a lot of things that that little iPhone, beautiful though it is, there's a lot of things that it can't do. It can't run Flash, for example. Not that a lot of websites use that these days anyway, but it also can't do things like upload photos. Okay, that's one of the key things that it can't do. So if you're looking for people to, share content and such like, then an M site won't allow you to do that. An app, however, will allow you to have a much more integrated engagement across a lot of different platforms, and things like post this to Facebook and use the Twitter application that's on my phone and so on. And it can also leverage all the phone or the device's functions. So, for example, I can call up the Maps app directly from within that, or I can save an event to my calendar and so on. So there's a whole lot more you can do with an app than you can with an M site. So when you think about making the choice about what do I do here, given